Slow down. Slow down.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I didn't see it. The car just came.
You need to sit down, sir.
Oh my God.
Joss, can you find that phone?
It's dark and
Joss! Turn this thing off.
Amanda? Hello?
Hello?
Who is this? Hello?
Constable O'Rourke.
Hey! We won! We won the game!
Hello?
Man, what a mess. Mum's gonna be pissed off.
Sir?
Hello?
Amanda?
Sir, your foot.
My what? Oh, gross.
Did you breath test both the drivers? Right, the truck driver shouldn't be sitting there. Somebody could run him over, and this vehicle needs to be moved to get hit before anybody even sees it.
Sorry.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Boss.
What do we know?
There's a sports carnival today in Bendigo.
Listen, why don't we go and deal with that truck driver, hey?
The driver of the car is Marty Farris. He plays football for Mount Thomas High. So did Kyle McCartney. He's a front seat passenger. In the back seat we have Maddie Malone. She plays netball for the A team, and Amanda.
That'd be the one without the head.
She's Marty's twin sister.
Righto, we'll kick out of the hospital. And don't let the drivers talk to each other. I want to interview them separately.
Marty! Amanda!
Mum? What the hell is she doing here?
Amanda? Oh, God, no!
How did she know?
There was a phone ringing.
And you answered it. Oh, my God, just get out of here. Teenage driver's still being treated. His foot was practically ripped off. Surgery in less than another half hour.
So we've got some long-distance hauler who dosed up on speed and put his pedal to the metal.
They didn't tell you who the truck driver is. It's your cousin.
My God, are you all
I
right?
don't want to talk to you.
We'll need to get your statement.
Then I'll give it to someone else.
You don't have a choice. You get the detective you're given.
I only got the truck a couple of weeks ago. I was thinking I'd get home in time for dinner, you know. I could almost smell it. It's only 10 clicks away. This shitty little Pulsar tried to overtake me. Just cut straight in front of me. I had nowhere to go. I just went straight over the top of it.
Did you try to brake?
You try stopping a 20-ton truck on a pinhead with a full load of cars, that's what, 42 tons of heavy metal? You put the brakes on, it takes 120 metres to pull up. After 120 metres, there was no Pulsar.
Do you want me to call your wife?
I'll call her later.
She'll want to know you're safe.
You've done enough damage. Stay away from my family.
Everyone with a teenager in Mount Thomas has heard about the crash.
How?
Half the town was at a party at the Farris house to celebrate the team win. They're waiting for the stars to arrive.
The Farris kids.
Yeah. When they were running late, their mum called the mobile to find out where they were.
The call you answered.
I'm so sorry.
So is it true? Did the truckie just mow down Marty's car?
No, it's not true. Now, if you wouldn't mind
And
just...
where is he now? Is he under arrest?
Nothing's certain until the investigation's been completed.
Oh, that sucks.
And there's no point you hanging around the hospital. Now, tell all your friends to go home. Come on your way. Make sure the truck driver's identity remains secret. Oh, God. I'll leave you to interview the other driver.
Hey, why don't you join me?
It was a perfect day. For the first time in the history of Mount Thomas, both teams had won.
You heading home for a party?
My mum does the team uniforms and the oranges at half-time. And the parties when we win.
But you were running late.
Yeah, we had a flat tyre. I had to stop and fix it.
Were you trying to make up time?
We were keen to get home, sure, we had the trophies, but we weren't speeding. I couldn't, not in that little thing. It just came out of nowhere. I still don't believe it, all of a sudden.
Were you overtaking at the time?
What? No, that's not what happened.
Then what?
This monster thing just thundered up behind me. I saw the lights in the rearview mirror, and then it just piled over the top of us like we weren't even there.
It's vastly different to Brendan's version of events.
Well, if what the Farris boy says is true, Brendan's looking at some very serious charges. Of course, the kid could be putting a gloss on his story. Poor kids driving back from a sports day. Be a miracle if they hadn't been drinking.
That's the one thing Peroni and O'Rourke did right at the accident scene. Breathalyzed both drivers. Both were clear.
Yeah, well, I need to talk to Brendan again.
You can't, not tonight. He's been sedated. Carl McCartney's parents. 1 minute your kid's a star football with the rest of his life in front of him. It's not fair. 3 families have had their lives destroyed.
4. Brendan's family may not have lost anyone, but they're going to be dealing with the fallout from this for a very long time.
You know, when someone dies, people always say how guilty they felt because the last thing they said to each other was bad or whatever. It wasn't like that. Amanda and I had the best day of our lives. Last thing I remember, she had this big grin on her face. She was smiling at me. But I still killed her.
You can't let yourself think that way. This is not your fault.
O'Rourke. Go home.
I can't just leave him. He's shattered. He's going through it all again.
You're not his counsellor. You did the right thing, looking after him at the crash site. But if you want to be a great copper, you've got to learn the difference between being a good listener and a good investigator.
Hi, my name's Amy Fox. I'm Brendan's...
I know who you are. Brendan's not here. And I don't think he'd want to talk to you anyway.
Has Brendan called you?
No, why? What's happened?
No, it's fine. He's fine. He's at the hospital.
3 teenagers dead, and it's all Brendan's fault.
Well, we don't know all the details yet.
I don't understand. Why didn't he call me? Why am I hearing all this from you? There's something you're not telling me.
Look, I really should let Brendan talk to you about...
I have to see him now. I can't leave Chloe. Could you stay for a bit? Please?
Hi. Everything's okay. Your mum just had to go out for a bit.
Dad's dead, isn't he?
No, your dad's fine.
I heard you talking.
Your dad's at the hospital, but he's
I
okay.
knew this would happen. Ever since he got that stupid truck, he's been driving and driving. He's always been so tired.
The major collision guys are finished with the truck. It's all ours, Foxy.
They took copies of the logbook?
Yep.
They checked the odometer?
Yeah, and they weren't too happy. So the mileage is really low. It doesn't match the number of jobs in the logbook.
Disconnected. Well, that'll be why the readings don't make sense.
Well, looks like Brendan's been fiddling with the logbooks.
I'll arrest all of you. Get out, you heard me. Get out of here now.
Thank you. We need to talk.
I've only had the truck 2 weeks. The odometer must have been like that when I bought it.
Bullshit, Brendan. Every time you made a logbook entry, you would have realised that the odometer reading wasn't changing.
Well, it must have come unscrewed in the crash.
Brendan.
But what are you trying to do to me, Amy? Isn't it enough you came after my father, now you're coming
Brendan,
after me
you're
as well?
here because your version of events doesn't tally with the other drivers.
How?
He says that he wasn't overtaking at the time, but you just mowed him down.
That's crazy. Why would I do that?
I don't know. Maybe you were tired. Maybe you were asleep at the wheel. Chloe said you've been working some really
You
long
leave her
hours.
out of this.
The only reason that truck drivers fiddle the odometer is to work over the legal limit.
I didn't unscrew the odometer. I didn't fiddle my books. And I didn't fall asleep at the wheel. I did not cause this accident.
Don't believe anything you hear from anyone else. Kyle McCartney's parents. Someone told them that we'd charge the truck driver. You seen this?
What is it with the Farrises? Everyone seems to know them in town. It's a twin thing. It's always more tragic when it's twins.
Especially when their dad's only been dead a year. Pancreatic cancer, 38. Now this.
Evan, major collision have finished at the scene. I need you to go out there and clean up.
Yeah, you got trainees.
Yeah, no, I think they've had enough to deal with.
No,
mate.
They can't handle a simple accident.
Mate, with your vast experience, I just reckon you're the man for the job, OK? It's been pretty tough out there last night.
I'll get it.
Employee support and welfare, if you want to talk to a professional.
I'm fine.
Right. Look, it's pretty tough being the first one on the
No,
scene.
well, it wasn't a picnic, but don't want to go on about it.
OK.
I might give my call.
OK.
What? Rather spend 3 minutes on the phone to a shrink instead of the rest of my life thinking about that girl. That ahead.
I'd like my daughter's things.
I just wanted to let you know that I'm so sorry about what happened, Mrs. Farris.
What is all this?
Well, we didn't know what belongs to who. These were all the items in the car.
To Amanda Golotek. You finally figured it out with Jamie. Amanda always said she thought GA stood for goal assistant, that she was supposed to help the goal sheet and not actually do anything herself. She said the day she finally figured it out, they'd win.
Well, she must have figured it out.
She was a team player who can go to the school.
Might be better if we go the other way.
I know you, don't I? From parent-teacher? Tracy Farris? You're the truck driver.
I'm terribly sorry.
You killed my daughter. My daughter. You killed her!
Sorry, Mr. Maguire. A call for you at the hospital.
Oh, Chloe, my God, what happened?
She won't tell me anything. The lady from the shop said a bunch of thugs were pushing and shoving her. She was trying to get away when she fell through a plate glass window.
What?
Have you any idea who they were?
It was probably those kids that attacked us this morning. Friends of those in the accident.
This is crazy. What's that got to do with Chloe?
They recognise her as your daughter.
Amy, I didn't cause this accident. Whatever else you think of me, my family doesn't deserve this. Please, you've got to help me.
came, copper? Thought it'd be all guns and fast cars.
What, you didn't picture mopping up blood and body bits from the bitumen?
Funnily enough, no. So where were you when you got the call?
Unpacking boxes at Jason's place. We're about to have our first meal together in our new home. Pizza.
Good.
Yeah, good. He's a bit tense. The nightclub opens tonight.
Ah, yeah. Was it Pep?
Yeah.
Clever name.
He was, getting a peppermint-coloured Mustang delivered to park out the front.
Peppermint, there was a...
Yeah, it was on the back of Brendan Maguire's truck.
Small town. Everything's connected.
If I'm going to help you, you have to be totally straight with me. That means telling the truth about the odometer.
I fiddle the books. You people with your regular jobs, you've got no idea. Your pay packet just keeps coming in. I got a family to support, a mortgage to pay, a truck that cost me 150 grand.
That's a reason for breaking the law?
Look, I wasn't taking speed. I didn't blast my way down from Brisbane to Melbourne in a day. I did a few extra Ks, that's it.
And what about the story of Marty overtaking and pulling in front of you?
You can ask the other driver.
What other driver?
The one coming out of Mount Thomas. That's why he pulled in front of me so fast, to avoid the oncoming vehicle.
Oncoming vehicle?
Yeah, it was an old Fairlane.
Well, why didn't you talk about this other driver before?
I did, didn't I? Look, he overtook me. Okay, I had nowhere to go. You find the other driver, they'll tell you.
Well, we can talk to the major collision guys at the scene, see if they found any tyre marks.
Or wreckage. If there was a third vehicle and was actually hit, might be a tail light, bumper bar. We'll get onto it.
Sarge? Got Jason Tyler out the front. He wants his Mustang back. It was on the back of the semi.
You're not serious?
Well, it wasn't damaged. It's just sitting down in the holding yard.
Where is he? Let me get this straight. We have 3 dead teenagers, 4 broken families, and you want us to fast-track the delivery of a peppermint-coloured Mustang so you can park it out the front of your nightclub.
Look, it wasn't my fault the truck crashed.
But it is your fault that you don't have an ounce of respect for the dead, or the living, for that matter. It's part of an ongoing police investigation. You're not getting it.
You don't even need it. Look, it wasn't damaged. I'm not even claiming insurance on it, but I have a business to run. I need that Mustang.
Well, you've lost your Mustang temporarily.
Back in a sec.
I don't care whose fault it is. Hey, Suze. This is my girlfriend, Susie Rayner.
Tell me this is fancy dress for the opening.
No, she's a copper.
You're dating a copper?
It's good to see you. What are you doing here?
Your liquor licence came through.
Catch you later.
Who's that idiot?
No, it's just don't worry about it.
I can get back.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Who's that guy?
It's an old friend of Jason's.
Not too good on that bike, mate. Pull over. What's your name?
Nick.
Got a surname, Nick?
Farris.
You wouldn't be any relation to Tracy Farris?
It's my mum.
And Marty and Amanda.
Were you there? Is it true Manny didn't have a head? No one will tell me what happened. But I hear stuff, you know.
I think you better empty your pockets, mate.
Got nothing, just dope.
Where's your mum, Nick?
At the hospital. With Marty. Supposed to be waiting at home.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
People keep turning up with casseroles. My sister's dead. How's a casserole going to help?
No luck on the third car theory. They're pretty sure they've matched all the debris to the two vehicles at the scene.
Tyre marks?
Same. If there was a third vehicle, it didn't brake and it didn't stop.
So you didn't charge the kid?
We took him to his mum.
As if Tracy Farris doesn't have enough to deal with.
Well, that's what we thought.
He's only 12. Apparently he's a promising footballer.
Yes, well, he won't be if he keeps smoking cannabis.
Marty Farris has a younger brother smoking dope. Where is he? Nick, this is the packet the police found on you today, is that right?
Nick, I guess.
I need to know where you got it.
Found it.
Where?
On the ground at school.
Have you ever smoked marijuana before?
No, never.
So this was your first time?
That's right.
I really need the truth, Nick. You know, you had matches, tobacco paper, you were able to smoke enough so the police knew you were stoned. You're not a first-time user.
Nick, is that true?
Oh, no, Mum.
Don't you lie to me. I've lost one child. I am not going to lose another.
It's my first time.
Nick, please.
Was. But I stole it from Marty's room.
Kel? Okay, thanks. That was forensic. The 3 dead kids were smoking dope. They all had THC in their bloodstream. What are the chances Marty Farris did too? We'll know for sure when we get the hospital tox screen.
He told me he hadn't had anything.
You believed him?
I didn't smoke any dope. I was the designated driver. We stopped to change a flat. Carl was bored, so he passed a joint around. By the time I got the wheel back on, they'd finished it off. Tell you the truth, I was a bit pissed off they didn't save me any.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
Carl's parents don't even know that the last thing he did before he died was light up a joint. It doesn't change who he was. Or Maddie. It doesn't change the fact they're dead.
What else have you left out, Marty?
Everything else I said about the crash is true. That bastard ploughed into us.
Excuse me. Hospital tox screen. He was telling the truth.
No drugs in his system. If he's telling the truth about that...
No reason to think he's lying about anything else.
Has that lying little shit changed your story yet?
Brendan, there's no evidence to suggest that Marty Farris isn't telling the truth.
So you're saying I'm the one that's lying? My daughter is sitting in there because a group of thugs pushed her through a plate glass window, for God's sake.
I know, but there's nothing...
No, this is not fair. That little bastard. He overtakes dangerously in front of an oncoming vehicle, pulls in front of a truck and causes the death of 3 people and then lets me and my family take the fall for it.
There's no evidence of this other vehicle. There's no skid marks, there's no debris, there's nothing. I mean, where is it? How am I supposed to find it?
I don't know. That's your job. All I know is that Chloe didn't do anything. But she's the one lying in there after she's been beaten up by these thugs. Someone's got to put a stop to this. There was another car.
Brendan reckons the car was a ZC Ford Fairlane.
It was pitch black. How could he tell?
The ZC has a distinctive square grille and 2 sets of headlights. Brendan knows his cars.
So why didn't this mystery car stop?
Or maybe the driver didn't see what happened.
You're kidding me, aren't you?
Not if it happened like Brendan said. Mystery driver's heading down the road like this. He sees 2 vehicles heading towards him. Now, Marty's car pulls in front of the truck, barely missing a mystery driver. Now, at 100 k's an hour, a mystery driver would be 50 metres further down the road before the accident happened. 200 metres at the time of full impact. Now, in the darkness, he may not have known there was an accident. Especially if his radio was cranked up, or maybe he had reason not to stop.
Such as?
Maybe he was over the limit himself. Maybe the car was stolen, who knows? I'll tell you one thing. You find that mystery car, you've got a good chance of clearing your cousin.
Sorry to have to call you down.
No, you're right to give us a call. If someone's interfering with the accident vehicles, we need to know why.
Yeah, I tried to tell him he can't go in the yard. He won't listen.
Don't worry, we'll deal with him. Jason.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
Well, our mate Rex says you're giving him trouble.
Oh, no trouble, just a reasonable request. Suze, can I have a quiet word?
I can deal with this. Everything sorted?
Oh, yeah?
He really wanted his car.
Well, he really can't have it.
Jason's a businessman. Thought he could come down here, sweet talk old Rex, get what he wanted.
And he didn't sweet talk you in the process, did he?
Of course not. Hey, you got that exhibit list? I need to transpose the info into the property book.
Ah, sure. He's a dealer. He's got form for trafficking.
So what do you think's going on here?
Well, Jason's in bed with a drug dealer.
And Susie's in bed with Jason. Doesn't mean she knows anything. In fact, on what you've got doesn't mean she knows anything at all.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do?
Ask her.
I have been to the address of every ZC Fairlane in the district. I know more about bloody classic Fairlanes than I ever wanted to. For example, did you know that the ZC was the first Fairlane to change its headlights from horizontal to vertical orientation?
That's why they had to redesign the front of it. Gives the ZC its distinctive shape.
Is this stuff just pre-wired in, boys? Fascinating as that may be, we are no closer to finding this mystery vehicle. It was a stupid idea anyway.
Brendan McGuire's on the phone for you.
I asked him to call when Chloe was up to IDing her attackers.
None of them.
You must have seen who did this to you.
You know their names.
Then tell us.
I don't blame them. My father killed their friends.
All right. How old exactly would this ZC be?
It'd be one of the last V8s that are still around.
So it's possible that someone could have an old one in their garage, unregistered.
Sure.
Back to Vic Roads.
Just been checking up on Jason Tyler.
Here we go.
Well, apparently our favourite Mustang owner is in hock up to his neck.
So what do you got now?
Well, Jason is A, opening up a club. B, he's best mates with a drug dealer. And C, he's desperate to get into his Mustang that he had shipped up from Melbourne. Something's got to be in that car.
Something beginning with E.
Great theory. Look, I don't mind being wrong. When Susie's in the clear. God, what was I thinking? Susie wouldn't go out with a drug dealer.
Love makes you do crazy things.
Hey, Rex! Has anyone else been here in the last couple of hours?
Nah.
Oh, except for that cute blonde copper mate of yours.
Yeah. I was with her.
Not the second time.
What second time?
Don't you lot talk to each other? She came back with that bloke. The one who wanted this car.
Hi, I'm Senior Detective Amy Fox. Could I speak to Mr. Wilfred Terry, please?
Wilf died 10 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then would you happen to be the owner of an unregistered ZC Ford Fairlane 68?
Yes.
Were you driving away from Mount Thomas last night at 9 o'clock?
I was visiting a friend.
This friend?
His wife has cancer. She never needed to know.
Unless you came forward. What actually happened on the road last night?
It all happened in a flash.
I saw the lights of a truck coming towards me, so I dipped my headlights.
You need to come with me.
And then all of a sudden there were 2 pairs of lights, and I realised that someone was overtaking the truck. And then suddenly the overtaking car was right in front of me. And I thought it was going to crash right into me head on. I didn't even have time to brake. I thought I was going to die. And at the last second, the car zipped in front of the truck. And then they were behind me, and my heart was beating, and I was just thinking, what a close call it was. That car driver, he was a lunatic.
It was so close to home. Everyone was laughing, they were stoned. I wanted to be in on the party. We were running late because of the flat. There was this stupid big truck hogging the road, and so I just pulled out and overtook it. I thought I could make it. Amanda was screaming for me to pull back in, but I just gunned the accelerator and pulled in just in front of the truck. For a second I thought I'd made it. Then the truck was screeching down on top of us. Everyone was screaming. I could actually hear the metal tearing the back of the car going. The truck opening us up like a can of baked beans.
He was lying the whole time, and I believed everything he said.
Hard not to when you've seen the kid's headless sister.
Hey. All right, damn it, let him in.
You look nervous.
Yeah, I've got a lot riding on tonight.
Good luck.
Hey, Sam.
Hello, nice hair. Thank you.
Suze, a crowd of cops wasn't exactly the look I was going for.
It's fine. Look at them. They're kids. Who would know?
What the hell are they doing here?
I didn't know they were coming.
But maybe we're overreacting. Maybe we've got nothing to worry about.
Your other buddies might fit in, but those 2 have copper written all over them.
I'll get rid of them.
Isn't that your dealer? Let's go and have a chat with him, shall we? Excuse me, sir. I'd like to have a chat with you outside. Take your jacket off. And your shoes.
You guys are nuts.
Raise your hands.
What are you looking for?
Just do yourself a favour and shut your mouth.
Pretty soon they're going to find out that Toby hasn't got the drugs. Suze, I need your help.
Just give them here. They're my workmates. They're never going to search me.
You are too good to be true. I wish I met you years ago. Hey, you're a bit old for nightclubs, aren't you?
Yes. Where are they, Mr. Tyler?
What?
The drugs.
I don't know what you're talking about. Will you search me?
You won't need to search him.
That's right. Senior Constable here will vouch for me.
I'm afraid not.
Well, the boss made it pretty clear he thinks we're absolute idiots. Yeah, well, if anyone had bothered to tell us what was going on. Hey.
Hey.
Next time either of you think for 1 second that I can't do my job, at least have the decency to say it to my face instead of skulking around behind my back.
Senior Constable Rayner has given us a full account of the circumstances in which she ended up with your ecstasy tablets.
She's been keeping us informed all day, right from the time you asked her to get you into the car yard.
That is a lie. I never touched any drugs.
Your fingerprints are on the bag, your voice is on the tape.
But that's not why you're here. We don't need your statement.
We've got so much evidence on you. Another statement's just more paperwork.
We know that Toby Dalton is financing this whole deal.
You want me to give up Toby? Sorry.
I don't think you understand what's on offer here. You're looking at 7 years in jail, Mr. Tyler.
I'm not rolling over on a mate.
Senior Constable Rayner has just entered the room. Interview suspended at 22:21.
I'd like a word with the suspect.
Well, we've finished here. Unless you can convince your friend to be sensible, he's not going to be seeing a lot of sky for the next few years.
You're refusing to give up Toby.
Some of us value loyalty.
Loyalty.
I trusted you, Suze. I put my life in your hands, and now I'm going to spend years in jail for that trust.
You're not going to jail because of me. You're going to jail because there's this huge gap between the person you think you are and the person you really are. I fell in love with a guy who's smart and fun, who meant what he said. But there's this other Jason. The one who hangs out with scum like Toby. The one who lies and manipulates and deals. The one who's prepared to go to jail to protect some low-life dealer, but who won't stop dealing to start a new life with his girlfriend.
I wanted this to work, Suze.
No, you didn't.
Just kind of hit me, you know. If it wasn't for that accident, they would have been there tonight.
Marty and Amanda.
And Kyle and Maddie. We would have been dancing beside them. We would have never even known their names. Go on, Glow. You're the tough one after all, and I'm just the girl.
I'll get some Chinese takeaway.
Nah.
I'll go play Xbox. Grand Theft Auto.
Right, so we steal a car, give the cops a slip and run over a few pedestrians on the way, yeah. Good night out.
Sorry, I just thought...
No, it sounds good to me. It's just, there's just something I wouldn't mind doing on the way.
Hi.
Hi. You're done?
I'm in the clear.
Your logbooks are still in a bit of a mess, but that's your concern.
Those kids are still dead. Nothing changes that.
No. But you told the truth. That counts for something. I'll walk you out.
I didn't tell you the truth about everything. My dad... I came into your room once when we were kids. He had his hand on your knee. guess I just didn't think anything of it at the time. But maybe I should have realised, I should have done something.
Why didn't you say anything when...
I guess I just didn't want to believe that...
You just let me go through that whole thing.
Amy.
Just go. Get out of here.
Brendan. He knew what...
Yeah. Only 15 years too late. Just wouldn't make such a difference if he told me before. Instead of making me think that I was the one in the wrong.
People, man. What can you do?
Smells like fish.
Now, Amy, you're going to spoil the moment where I'm being all heroic and supportive. I have to confess to you that, for a small portion of the day only, my hanky shared my pocket with a half-eaten tuna sandwich.
Tuna sandwich.
A man's got to eat.
Yeah, eat, yes. Store in a pocket.
Speaking of eating, it has been a long day.
Yeah, I think I might get it. Late night. Thanks.
Slow down. Slow down.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I didn't see you. The car just came.
Can you just sit down, sir?
Oh my God.
Joss, can you find that phone?
It's dark and...
Joss! Turn this thing off.
Amanda? Hello?
Hello?
Who is this? Hello?
Constable O'Rourke.
Hey! We won! We won the game! Man, what a mess. Mum's gonna be pissed off.
Sir?
Amanda?
Sir, your foot.
My what? Oh, gross.
Did you breath test both the drivers? Right, the truck driver shouldn't be sitting there. Somebody could run him over, and this vehicle needs to be moved to get hit before anybody even sees it.
Sorry.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Boss.
What do we know?
There's a sports carnival today in Bendigo.
Listen, why don't we go and deal with that truck driver, hey?
The driver of the car is Marty Farris. He plays football for Mount Thomas High. So did Kyle McCartney. He's a front seat passenger. In the back seat we have Maddie Malone. She plays netball for the A-team, and Amanda.
That'd be the one without the head.
She's Marty's twin sister.
Righto, we'll kick out of the hospital. And don't let the drivers talk to each other. I want to interview them separately.
Marty! Amanda!
Mum? What the hell is she doing here?
Amanda? Oh, God, no!
How did she know?
There was a phone ringing.
And you answered it. My God, just get out of here. Teenage driver's still being treated. His foot was practically ripped off. Surgery at least another half hour.
So we've got some long-distance hauler who dosed up on speed and put his pedal to the metal.
They didn't tell you who the truck driver is. It's your cousin.
My God, are you all right?
I don't want to talk to you.
We'll need to get your statement.
Then I'll give it to someone.